Welcome back to Blake's Takes, everyone. I'm your host, Blake. As always, with me, my co-host, Garrett.
Hey, guys.
And today, as promised, we are going to be doing the review on the last half of the Obi Wan Kenobi series, which had a very eventful finale to it.
Yes, it did. I would definitely argue that this last half was better than the first half for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We also kind of did a review on the show already with another podcast called Whatever We Want Podcast, hosted by Jacob and Dan. Great hosts. We had a blast, reviewing this show with them. So after you check this out, go check them out as well. They got some great content on their podcast also.
Okay, not gonna lie, this second half actually started off kind of weak. Episode 4 was this whole rescuing Leia from this facility episode, which really felt like a filler episode.
Yeah, and it was really short too.
Yes, so short. And I'm like, man, you cannot have you can't have an episode like that in a 6-episode series.
Yeah.
Every single thing needs to be just groundbreaking and, bringing something new to the table every time they're on the screen.
Right.
Because you need to make the most of the time that you have with a 6-episode series.
6 episodes is not a lot of time.
No, it is not.
And not to mention, not only is it 6 episodes, but yeah, like we said, these episodes are 38 to 50 minutes max.
Insane. I swear, if you're going to have something this short, every episode's got to be an hour.
Yeah.
An hour.
I know. So actually, I just heard this news as well. But Kenobi, the plans originally were going to be to release it as a trilogy, a movie trilogy. But they saw after Solo happened and how bad that did at the box office, they rethought that process and ended up deciding on doing a series for Disney Plus.
I mean, I get that, but okay, also, this is Obi Wan Kenobi, and you're using the original actor.
Yes.
That's such a different scenario.
It is.
Such a different scenario.
Because you're going to have those characters like Darth Vader, talking about Anakin and Obi-Wan, Luke Skywalker, Leia,
And you brought back Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen.
Yes. It would have brought in the money, trust me.
Yeah, there would have been no issue there.
Nah, not at all. So yeah, 4th episode, definitely I'd say probably the weakest of the series.
Mm.
But then we get to episode 5, and right off the bat, opening up with flashback shots of Hayden Christensen back as Anakin Skywalker.
Yes.
Training with Obi-Wan. And I know that's what everyone had been waiting for in this show.
Everyone wanted some flashbacks.
Yeah.
And I loved how they used this opportunity to show the similarities between Anakin as, a Padawan and still learning, and Vader now. I mean, because we saw a lot of those similar weaknesses of, being too bold, being too confident,
too impatient,
and we saw all these come together. And it's the same reason why, he struggles now.
Yeah, because the flashbacks did happen periodically throughout the episode, and each, flashback was moving along with the story as well within that episode.
Yes.
Then comes the final moment within this episode, and we get the fight between Darth Vader and Reva, but not before the moment where Darth Vader comes in like an absolute badass and pulls down the ship with one hand.
One hand. We've seen Rey struggle, and we've seen Rey and other Force users struggle to control a small little ship.
Yes.
And they're using everything they got.
Yes.
And they couldn't even do that.
Yeah.
And here comes Vader, pulls it down with one hand like it's freaking nothing.
Yep.
And once it's on the ground, just rips the walls off.
Rips
They're
it
made
apart.
of paper.
Yes.
I swear. Oh my God. We've been waiting for an opportunity for them to use today's CGI to show Vader's true strength, and they freaking did that in episode 5 with that example right there.
Absolutely.
And then right after we go into the fight with Reva.
Yep.
And oh my God, what a disrespectful fight.
Yeah, he didn't even pull out his own lightsaber.
Was stopping all of her moves with the Force.
Yep.
And took her lightsaber, broke it in half, threw the other side, and said basically said get up with his eyes.
Yep. So what do we feel about the plot twist though with Reva's character and her wanting to kill Vader?
I mean, it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
She the entire time I felt like she just had this really random motivation to be Grand Inquisitor and all this.
Right.
And so, it finally made sense, like, why she was trying to get, like, higher up.
Yes.
Is so she could, meet Vader in person. Because she knew if she got Obi-Wan for Vader.
Yeah.
One, he would be ecstatic and, would, like, go in person to see Obi-Wan. And not only that, he would be distracted because she knows that Obi-Wan means a lot to Anakin.
Yes.
So she was going to use that as her opportunity to kill him, and her dumbass thought she could actually do it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, she even does say to Obi-Wan, and what makes you think he won't see it coming?
Yeah.
He does.
Oh, he knew. Yeah. Saw it from a mile away.
Yeah. You didn't think I saw it, did you,
youngling?
Yeah. Come on now.
So disrespectful.
But man, what a great moment for Vader. And then come the final episode where we just get the ultimate showdown that we've been waiting for the whole series. We knew we were going to get it, and it just absolutely lived up to the hype.
For sure. I mean, that final battle between Obi-Wan and Vader was just so good, in my opinion.
Yes.
And I loved the uniqueness of, like, how they were using the Force, like throwing the rocks and, like, Vader creating the little, like, earthquake and everything.
No, I love the ways that we got to see the Force being used in this series.
Yeah, and then obviously, the broken helmet scene.
Yep.
Everybody's talking about that. How they were using the lighting to show, the conflict of good and evil that's still inside Vader.
Yeah.
And that was just so good to see. And that famous line now, you didn't kill Anakin Skywalker.
Yep.
I did.
Yep.
Oh my God. That gave me chills.
It was pretty amazing to finally see Hayden Christensen's face and hear his voice mixing back and forth between James Earl Jones' Darth Vader voice as well. Beautiful mix. And Jacob and Dan on the Whatever We Want podcast touched up on the subject as well, which brought a really, really interesting question. And in those moments when Anakin was telling Obi-Wan that he didn't kill Anakin Skywalker, people were debating, like, oh, is this Anakin coming out and giving Obi-Wan his relief and letting him know that he didn't kill Obi-Wan? Or is it Anakin proving to himself that he is Vader? There is no more Anakin in him.
See, me personally, I think it was Vader talking.
Right.
Like, just like saying one last F you to Obi-Wan.
And
like,
Anakin.
Yeah, like, you're not responsible for my power and my darkness. Mm-hmm. I am. Right. I did this to myself.
Right.
I personally don't think it was there to comfort Obi-Wan at all.
And I like that better, that it is Vader talking to himself.
Yeah.
Like, hey, buddy, this is me. This is all me, all the darkness.
Yeah, and I also think it was also like a way to let Obi-Wan know, like, don't even try to appeal to my humanity because there's none left.
Right. I fucking love Vader.
Oh my God, so good.
Such a great story.
And because once he says that, you see Obi-Wan gives up. Like, he gives up on trying to talk to him. Like, he was saying how sorry he was and everything. And but then after that, he's just like, bye, Darth. Yeah, like, that was it.
Calls him Darth. He's like, my friend is truly dead.
Yeah.
And makes a lot more sense of what Obi-Wan tells what happened to Anakin with Luke.
Yeah.
Because Luke was like, why didn't you tell me Anakin was my father? Like, you didn't tell me he was still alive. Well, because, Anakin was dead.
Yeah, he really was. Yeah, he said a young Jedi named Darth Vader, he betrayed and murdered your father.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And he sure did.
Yes, he did.
But yeah, fight choreography was beautiful in that last battle.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, as well with the helmet breaking, gives us the inspiration as well from the show Rebels with Ahsoka.
Yes.
Breaking Darth Vader's helmet as well.
Mm-hmm. And Ahsoka does the same thing when she, like, sees Anakin's face. Like, when you see the face of your friend, like, it's easy to attack that droid-looking helmet that he wears. But
once you make actual eye contact with someone,
it makes a huge difference. And, like, it makes you realize just like this is actually your former friend who's doing this.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, great inspiration from the Rebels series. with that. And I also loved the nod to the high ground in this fight. I loved seeing that. I was like, oh shit, Vader's got the high ground now.
As he piles a bunch of rocks on his ass. Mm-hmm. And then to finish the episode off, we get the famous hello there.
Yup.
And we also get Liam Neeson back as Qui-Gon Jinn.
Uh-huh.
Qui-Gon, I know you love Qui-Gon.
Bro, Qui-Gon's so good. Like, honestly, if Qui-Gon didn't die, all of Star Wars would be different.
Yes, that's true.
it would all be different, bro.
Yeah.
Man played a critical role.
He did. And he didn't like the Jedi Council.
Nope, he did not. Honestly, Qui-Gon was probably like the most reasonable Jedi you would ever meet. As far as like, you know, with the strictness around human attachments and all that and that kind of thing. Like Qui-Gon didn't care, bro.
No. Oh, and not to mention, I almost forgot as well. Yeah, Ian McDiarmid returns as Palpatine, and I wasn't sure. I didn't know we were gonna get that at the end. I know everyone was expecting Qui-Gon Jinn, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get a little moment there where Palpatine is telling Vader, you know, Obi-Wan is really clouding your judgment and your mind on this.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, that moment between Palpatine and Vader kind of makes sense why this would be the last time that Vader doesn't see Obi-Wan until A New Hope.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's letting it control him.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like pretty well known that like Palpatine did not love Vader going on personal vendettas like this because it took away from like his responsibilities that he gave him like with the Empire and everything.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, honestly, like once like a majority of the Jedi were taken care of, and once the Inquisitors were in place, like there wasn't really a need for Vader to like go out and do all this personally.
Right.
But he wanted to, because this was all so personal to him.
Yes.
Especially Obi-Wan.
Yeah, and as we all know, Anakin just does everything off emotion.
Yeah, oh, for real. Like, when did he ever take an order?
Exactly.
Man never took an order.
Oh my God, there's been so many times, like, from Clone Wars where he just disobeys every order from Obi-Wan.
Bro, he literally commits, like, in our definition of it, he commits a war crime.
Yeah.
Do you realize that?
Which one?
He goes up to the droids and he fakes a surrender. You can't. That's literally a war crime.
Yeah.
To fake a surrender.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
That's fucked up, man.
It is fucked up.
So yeah, based off the way this show ended, you know, with Vader and Palpatine, and then Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, you know, do you think we'll get a season 2?
I think it's very possible, and obviously they're gonna try and capitalize off this.
Right. I think it was the most watched Disney Plus series so far.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you expect? Star Wars fan base just runs so deep, and especially with characters with Obi-Wan and Darth Vader.
Yeah, it appeals to such a wide fan base.
Yeah.
And I just don't know where the conflict would come in next. Like, I mean, I know if they do a season 2, they're gonna do some Force Ghost training.
Yep.
With Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan.
Yep.
But as far as conflict goes, I have no idea. I don't know what other characters they would try and bring in.
Yeah.
Doors really like wide open as to what they want to do.
It is. I wouldn't mind a season 2, obviously, as I just love Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
So we'll just see where that goes. But I also don't want anything like hindering his character as well. You know what I mean?
Same, yeah.
A few things that were my favorite about the show, I'll start with Obi-Wan himself, is I didn't like how quickly he became strong again with the Force. Because in that first battle with Vader, he was very, very weak. And then all of a sudden in this last battle, oh my God, it's like a switch just absolutely flipped.
See, I mean, I have heard that criticism. I mean, the way I think about it, so mentality is so important when it comes to like your connection with the Force and everything. And for a Jedi, these feelings of fear and self-doubt, like all that is going to hurt your ability to use the Force. And
that's kind of why they didn't want Anakin on the Jedi Council.
Exactly. And that's also why we see Obi-Wan struggling this entire time, is because he's just so terrified of Vader.
Yes.
Terrified. And you know, we see they show like flashes of that, of what's going on in his head.
Yeah.
When he's being crushed by the rocks. But then when he started thinking of like Leia and you know, people that are important to him.
Yeah, I started thinking about attachments that the Jedi Order doesn't let you have.
You can rant on that later. But yeah, so he started thinking of like these positive things and like fighting for something instead of just like fighting to, you know, save his own life from the force that is Vader. And when he started thinking that way, that's when that switch like flipped, is when he switched his mentality.
Yeah. It's almost like emotions do come into play with using the Force.
Well, I mean, they always have. It's just that's not the Jedi way. They think they want you to be calm and collected, and you know, any kind of emotion is a distraction. So and having attachments leads to fear of losing those attachments.
Doesn't Luke use emotions pretty often for, you know?
I can't speak to that.
Okay. Another thing I was a little upset about was the music in this show as well.
Yeah.
Now I get it. They're trying to do their own thing. You know, they don't want to rely on the nostalgia of the prequels and whatnot.
Yeah, they don't want to be. They don't want this to be prequels 3.5.
Right. I mean, but I was a little disappointed that we didn't get to hear any of like Obi-Wan or Anakin's themes during that last battle in the final episode, because don't tease us with Duel of the Fates in the trailer, and then give us no prequel music whatsoever. Like, incorporate it within the score itself for the show.
Yeah, that was kind of cruel to do that.
Yeah.
And they could have even done, they didn't have to use those exact scores, but they could have done music that was like inspired by those, by the prequel movies.
Exactly.
And I would have been good with that too.
Yeah.
But they just kind of went a total different direction.
Yes.
And, you know, I mean, you can call it nostalgia, you can call it what you want, but I guarantee you, you take somebody who's never heard this music before, and you take the music from episode 3, and you take the music from Obi-Wan, and you play it for people, they're going to pick episode 3.
Well, yeah, because I mean, not to mention, nostalgia or not, it doesn't fucking matter, because that is one of the best scores of all time.
Yeah, it's just great music.
It is. Every musical piece on Revenge of the Sith is just absolute slap.
Yeah, there's no skips on that album.
No skips at all. And I don't know how more people aren't talking about this, but the Obi-Wan intro theme sounds exactly like Spider-Man PS4 theme. Have we not noticed this?
I actually haven't paid attention.
Oh my God, it sounds almost exactly like it. So I'll play the Obi-Wan intro theme for you real quick. Let you hear that. Okay, and now I'm gonna play you the Spider-Man PS4 theme real quick.
Oh my God.
Tell me how more people aren't talking about this.
I honestly had not noticed it, but yeah, that trumpet is like exactly the same.
The same tune and everything.
Dun, 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 dun. Like same
Except Obi-Wan's was just like a little lower.
Slightly.
But same tune, like same rhythm.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So yeah, music wasn't really up to par with what you would say Star Wars music, in my opinion.
Yeah, Star Wars music just has like a specific vibe, especially with John Williams. And John Williams did this.
He did. That's why I'm shocked it wasn't as good as it was.
I know, because John Williams is normally on it, bro.
And you know, not to say that the music can't be its own thing in the Star Wars universe and be amazing, because as we've seen from The Mandalorian has great music, great own theme from Ludwig Göransson.
But it still feels like Star Wars.
But it still feels like Star Wars, and it has like that Western space vibe to it as well.
If you're going for space Western, killed it.
Yeah, absolutely killed it.
Which is what they were going for.
Exactly. So not to say the music can't be great within its own right.
Yeah.
But nothing just stuck out to me within the show music-wise.
No, there was no time where I was like hearing a song during a fight and I was like, oh my God, this song is going so well.
Right. It didn't heighten the moment.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It was just like kind of there.
Right. Uh-huh. And honestly, the best part, like music-wise, that we got to hear was the Imperial March, that last scene with Vader.
Yeah. And again, inspired by other music from the Star Wars franchise.
Exactly. So yeah, I just didn't like that we got teased with, you know, prequel Star Wars music in the trailer, and we didn't get any of it.
None.
Is there anything in particular that you didn't like?
Honestly, not really. I think like most of my beef comes from like the first 3 episodes, honestly.
Okay.
Like the forest chase scene.
Yeah, you've been talking about that one.
Yeah, that's like probably one of my biggest beefs with it. But no, honestly, like that I don't really have any pet peeves that I saw
Okay.
in these last 3 episodes.
Right.
I was pretty satisfied.
Yeah. No, I mean, overall, I was thoroughly, entertained during this show.
Yeah. And, obviously not the best show I've ever seen, but definitely a good show.
Right.
Worth my time to watch.
Right.
And I love that we got some more insight as to what Obi-Wan was doing in the 20 years from episode 3 and episode 4.
Right, correct. And yeah, the finale was absolutely amazing. So based off of the Star Wars shows, where would you rank this finale? So we got the Mandalorian finales, we got Obi-Wan finale, Clone Wars, Rebels. Which one has the best finale?
Honestly, okay, well, I'm gonna say Rebels is probably the lowest.
Okay.
I mean, it's still great.
Yeah.
But the lowest compared to the rest of these. Shit, maybe it's live action that's making me want to say it's higher. But so I'll do Mando season 2 at number 1.
Okay.
I'll do Clone Wars at number 2.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan could be number 3.
Yeah. All right. I agree. And then Mando season 1 at 4.
Yeah.
Rebels at 5.
Yeah.
Okay. I can agree with that list.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Mando season 2 finale, holy shit.
So great.
So good. Oh my God. Just the emotional connection that they were able to bring us with Din Djarin and Grogu.
Yeah, and obviously not the most impactful season finale as to the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
But, emotional as hell with these characters that we've developed such a strong connection to.
I think that makes our point even stronger with it being that great because, yeah, it's not a huge pivotal point within the Star Wars universe, but the fact that it was able to connect with its audience like it did, amazing.
Yeah. And of course, freaking the Luke hallway scene.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
So good.
So good. But I will say Clone Wars finale is right behind it. That was a very emotional one as well.
Fucking love that finale.
God damn. When Ahsoka's just sitting there and it's playing that theme, Burying the Dead.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then you have Vader coming and picking up her lightsaber.
Yup. You have that scene. You have the whole, Siege of Mandalore going on in this season. And the moments we saw with her and Darth Maul.
Well, and then, you see Maul escaping that ship. And just how strong he was with the Force with that hallway scene.
Yeah.
That was a great finale as well. But yeah, this Obi-Wan finale, definitely everything we really could have asked for.
Yeah. And, we all knew Vader was going to be such a huge part of it. Yeah. And that final fight was great. It
was so good. Don't really know if the scene with Reva and Luke was necessary.
Meh.
But
they were trying really hard to develop Reva's character.
Yes.
And I just don't think she made a strong connection with audiences.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's the thing too, is if you're trying to build this strong character arc and connection, are they going to be bringing her back in, her own spinoff or other shows?
I feel like we're probably going to see her character again.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it seemed like they wanted to start.
Yeah, make her a focal point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially with Obi-Wan saying, your decisions, they're up to you. What you want to be is up to you.
Yes.
So definitely think they were trying to establish her as a main character of Star Wars.
Yeah. But also, we can't have any more Uncle Owen slander as well, because Uncle Owen was a badass in this.
Yeah, he was.
So was Aunt Brew.
Yeah. But I mean, freaking Owen had a lightsaber in his face. He didn't give 2 fucks.
No, he did not. And then just them fighting their way out of their hut, with Reva.
But yeah, definitely satisfied with the Obi-Wan series. Glad we got it to begin with.
Yeah, no, I'm really glad too, because everyone was really wondering, what the hell happened with Obi-Wan between that time of Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope.
Definitely filled in some gaps and answered some questions that we wanted answered.
Yeah, absolutely. And they honestly did a really good job with keeping the continuity of things as well.
Yeah, they were paying a special attention to that.
Yes.
Just like they did when they were doing Clone Wars.
Yeah.
You know, just all these specific things, Luke never seeing a lightsaber.
Yep.
He didn't see Reva's. He was out of the hut before he could see it. and he was passed out when she was about to kill him, but didn't do it.
Yep.
So all because, you know, the first time he saw one was when Obi-Wan showed it to him.
And then obviously, you know, because of this, we can get this show, because in A New Hope, Darth Vader says he hasn't felt a presence like this since, and then doesn't say anything.
Yep.
So it leaves off with a little cliffhanger there.
Yeah, and it has definitely helped with, you know, these kinds of stories, because if he said something specific, there goes Kenobi.
Yeah.
You can't have that show.
And not to mention, as well as Leia and Kenobi's relationship as well, and how she knows him.
Yeah. And that was a relationship wasn't expecting to see, but glad we got to see it.
Yeah, I really loved it. And I thought the child actress who played Princess Leia did an amazing job.
She did.
So overall, this was definitely a solid show. Obviously, there's always things that could be done differently or better. You know, we can sit here and nitpick, but overall, a great show.
Agreed.
So that's going to do it here for us at Blake's Takes, our Obi-Wan Kenobi review. Let us know what you thought of the show, if you liked it or if you didn't. As always, I'm your host, Blake, and with me, my co-host, Garrett, and we will see you guys next time on Blake's Takes.
See you guys.